Hello guys and girls, and welcome to episode 4 of Simply Black and White. If you missed the last episode, I will leave a link in the top left hand corner now, and there will also be a link at the end for you to click and give that a watch, and that would be much appreciated. Since the last episode, when we had a very convincing 4-2 win against Braga in the Europa Cup, we drew 0-0 against Everton away from home in the Premier League, and we beat Aston Villa 2-1 in the Premier League, which, in my opinion, is pretty decent to get 4 points from those two games, and we are starting to do what I wanted to do in the league after a very disappointing start. We did go out on penalties to Cardiff in the Capital One Cup third round, but I'm not really too bothered about that because, as you know, I have already said I'm not too interested in it. So in this episode I will be bringing you Napoli and Arsenal. Napoli are seeded number 1 in our group, and Arsenal are obviously a very good side, so I think we would do very well to pick up a win out of one of these two games, never mind winning both of them. The team we've decided to go with is Tim Krul in goal, Santon, Colaccini, Nyang'Biwa, Debuchy, Anita, Sissoko, Cabaye, Gutierrez, who has played fantastically in the recent games, Obertan and Cisse. So, the Napoli team we will be facing at home in the Europa Cup is De Sanctis, Rolando, Gambarini, Campagnaro, Insigne, Inler, Gemali, Maggio, Pandev, Caleo and Edison Cavani. Talking of Cavani, today United have reportedly said they are willing to bid 50 million for Cavani. Obviously with Rooney on his way out, as the papers would have you believe, Cavani would be a decent replacement for them, and to have Cavani and Robin van Persie up front would just be unreal. So, going into the first game today. So guys, into the first highlight, and the ball is whipped in by Gabriel Obertan, and Nyang'Biwa is on the end of that to make it 1-0 to Newcastle United. A fantastic start for us against Napoli. Oh, let's just watch this again. Nice ball in, and Nyang'Biwa, easy finish to be honest, but that is a great start, and let's hope we can push on from there. Another thing that I was going to talk about was Ancelotti to Madrid, which today has been confirmed as a done deal. As you may be aware, you may not be aware, I am a Chelsea fan, and I really loved it when he was the Chelsea manager. He did brilliantly for the club, and I personally wish he'd stayed on longer. So for him to go to Real Madrid is good for him, as he's a fantastic manager, and I personally think it will benefit Real Madrid pretty well in the long run. Mourinho had fallen out with all the players and had left to go back to Chelsea, but Ancelotti and Mourinho are two different characters, and I think that he will be able to unite the dressing room and bring the team together and push Real Madrid on as they need to be after a disappointing La Liga season. And although they did get to the Champions League semi-final, you know, I don't think that they didn't really deserve to be there, in my opinion. Obviously, they deserved to be there because they'd beat the teams, but I didn't think they were one of the top 4 teams in the world this year by any stretch of an imagination. Another supposed transfer is that Bale will pretty much force the move to Real Madrid. He's been linked with Real Madrid for a long time now, and I don't think Spurs can really afford to lose him. I don't agree with the status that they are a one-man team, because they have got some very, very good players apart from him, such as Dembele, Aaron Lennon, and people like that. So, obviously, I think it will be a massive loss for them, and I don't think they'll be able to challenge for Europe without Bale, but I don't think it would be the end of the world if he were to leave. You know, I think they'd still be a mid-table, probably 7th, 8th club, but I think they really need to keep hold of him or buy somebody of at least a similar quality. Another thing is that Isco is supposedly going to turn down every move offered to him as Cisse puts us 2-0 up in this game. Fantastic finish from Papas Cisse, and that is 2-0 inside 57 minutes, which is hopefully going to take us to a win in this game. Isco wants to go to Real Madrid, and he's going to turn down all the offers from the Premier League from the likes of Manchester United and Manchester City. Isco is one of these players who is At the moment, I don't think he's good enough for the Real Madrid starting lineup, but in a year or two, I think he will probably be one of the best players in the world, and he's already proved that in the likes of the Under-21 World Cup and things like that. And last but not least in the transfer gossip is that Marouane Fellaini, who has been linked with Arsenal, Chelsea and Manchester City, among other clubs, wants £100,000 a week to even consider moving. Now, £100,000 a week is a lot of money, but when you consider that a lot of players are on that sort of money, I think that £100,000 is probably justified a week for Fellaini in the current market, as you have got players on £250,000 a week like Wayne Rooney, and Marouane Fellaini is, in my opinion, one of the best central midfielders in the league, so that price would probably be warranted for him. So, in the game, it is the 92nd minute, and Napoli have made it 2-1. Let's hope we can just hold on till the very end. Armero with that goal. We've played very well, we've attacked well, and we've defended well from what I can tell from the highlights. And that's a poor piece of defending, but it's the 92nd minute, we are 2-1 up, and I think we will probably get a win against Napoli in the first game of today. So we will kick off, and this will probably be the last highlight as Mathieu Debuchy plays the ball along the floor to Gabriel Obertan. Oh yeah, guys, I don't know whether I've showed you, but I bought a young striker who is, I believe is 18 years old, and he is Brazilian. He goes by the name of Leo, and I picked him up for £3.5 million up front and £3 million over the course of the season. As you can see there, his name is Leo, number 34, and he's an attacking midfield centre or a striker. So I think he can probably do pretty well for this club. I think I've probably forgot to include his stats and everything in this video, so I will bring them to you in the next video, which, if this one does get 8 likes, I will bring the other video out today, as I do have a bit of spare time on my hands today. So, the second game, Arsenal have Szczesny in goal, Monreal, Vermaelen, Arteta, Diaby, Gervinho, Podolski, Cazorla and Giroud. It was Koscielny and Bakary Sagna who I didn't see at the bottom. I think that we could give Arsenal a decent game, especially after our run in the Europa Cup so far. Beating Napoli last game out was a very good result for us, but it's obviously going to be very difficult because Arsenal are a top side. We are at home though, which obviously, I don't know why, but when we are at home we always seem to be able to get victories when we aren't expected to. For example, against Napoli, I would have said we'd have lost that game, but we were at home, we won it. When we play away, we seem to struggle, and Yunus Kabay is on really low fitness there. Was that because of the foul that was committed on him? And I don't know. He seems to be recovering. So, anyway, it's the first highlight is in the 41st minute, and it's Arsenal who take the lead through Abu Diaby with a header from a corner, which is quite disappointing because I have had the focus on defend set pieces and very high intensity, so I would have hoped we'd be able to defend that better. Tim Krul had no chance, but with the amount of players in the box, we should have been able to defend that, really. Guys, one thing I would be interested in is whereabouts do you think I should finish this season? Do you think that we should be pushing for Europe again, or do you think we'd just be a mid-table team? Or, vice versa, do you think we will be struggling to stay in the division this season? Personally, I think that we will probably be a mid-table team, and it would be great if we could push for Europe. But I may be completely wrong, and just let me know what you think. As I can tell so far, though, in this save I'm doing, we do seem to be a mid-table team. We are quite comfortably beating teams such as Reading and Aston Villa, but we are drawing against teams like Everton and struggling against the top teams like Arsenal, who have now made it 2-0. Gervinho finds the net with a header. 2 headers in this game have put Arsenal 2-0 up, and that is quite disappointing, really. But Arsenal are a fantastic team, and we did get a win against Napoli, so I'm going to be reasonably happy for this episode. Obviously, I think the only way we're going to get back into Europe, as I've already said, is by winning the Europa League. So I think we need to push on in that cup, and if we can beat teams like Napoli, then I can't think of much better teams in the Europa Cup at the moment, apart from when the teams drop down from the Champions League, which I'm not sure whether they do on this game. If someone could let me know in the comment section whether, like in real life, the top teams, like third place teams in the groups, drop down and go into the Europa League, then that would be really helpful, as I could do with knowing, because I don't actually know that whether that happens, because obviously some aspects of this game aren't 100% like real life. For example, it's not called the Euro Cup in real life, it's called the Europa League, but obviously Sports Interactive haven't got the rights for it, but they've done a decent job of still being able to bring the competition to us. Guys, if you are interested and do have any thoughts on what you would like to see in the Football Manager 2014 game, then do check out my video I brought out on Sunday, I think it might have been. Well, it was my last video anyway, which were my thoughts and what I would like to see in Football Manager 2014, where I basically just give you a little rundown of what I think would be good to see in 2014 in Football Manager. Things such as more varied press conferences and things like that. So guys, if you are interested in things like that, please just go and give the episode a quick watch. I will leave the link in the top left hand corner now until the end of the video, and if you are interested, then please just give it a quick look, and a like would be very much appreciated on that as well. So in this game, I think we've probably held our own reasonably, but are they going to make it 3-0? Decent save from Tim Krul, and that's probably going to be the last highlight. Vernon Anita has picked up a knock. Let's hope that that's not going to rule him out for a few games. As Fletcher is on the ball, who we did sign on loan from Manchester United for, I think we're paying around 30% of his wages, which I thought was reasonable, and Johan Kabay did get injured in the Everton game, so we needed a replacement pretty sharpish, as Tiote was also injured, I do believe, and so I drafted in Fletcher, and he's done a reasonable job for me so far. So that will be the end of that game, guys. Once more, thank you for watching. As always, please, if you have enjoyed the episode, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel for more like this and more varied things. I will be bringing a FIFA Ultimate Team trading series in the next few days, so if you're interested in FIFA as well, then please do subscribe to my channel, and I'll be bringing more stuff soon. Thank you for watching, guys, and peace. Guys, once more, thank you for watching the video, and please do be sure to check out my previous video in this series and to subscribe and follow me on Twitter for more like this. Thank you once more, guys. Goodbye.